Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing for Intuitive Friday. Now I know I missed out on yesterday's Thursday ramble, so I'm just going to move that out a little bit. Okay, sorry I missed yesterday's Thursday ramble. I'm really still not feeling 100%. I'm a lot better than I was yesterday. But let's begin with Intuitive Friday with using HeKate's Crossing Journey to the Crossroads Tarot. So, what do we need to reflect on for the weekend? Spiritually, emotionally, physical, mentally. What's important to us for the weekend? Right, we begin with the Ace of Pentacles. That tells us that reflecting on our potential this weekend. We're going to be reflecting and meditating on what is possible for us physically. What's really important to us? What are we been juggling? What have we been stretched in different, why have we been stretched in different directions? What are our priorities? That's some of the things we're going to be reflecting on maybe over the weekend. Here we've got the Knight of Swords, and it's reminding us to sort of make sure that we're making plans, that we're in the right headspace, that we strategize, that we sort out what's of value to us at this time so that we can move ahead with clarity. Instead of rushing in without a plan, we're making sure that we have the plans, we have the ideas, we have everything in place ready to go for what lies ahead. I think that's really important for us at this time. Okay, now here we have the Eight of Wands, and so I get a feel that once we strategize, once we've got our plans, once we've thought about our potential and reflected on what our priorities are, then things will start to move forward for us quite quickly, which is quite important. There will be some swift movement all of a sudden, which we might find in our journey. And here we have the Six of Wands talking to us about a sense of celebration. It's a victory. You know, we've achieved it, we've worked hard, there have been some challenges, there's been some strife, maybe been some obstacles that we've overcome, and we can actually celebrate what we've achieved so far, which I think is really important for us to reflect on that. You know, there is a sense of we've won the battle, so to speak. Maybe not the war, but definitely the battle. Oops. Okay. Here we've got the Queen of Cups. So this to me is very much about nurturing your emotions, being very aware of how emotional we may find ourselves at times. We may find ourselves needing to sort of, feeling a lot of emotion going on over the weekend as we move through this process of reflection, meditation, contemplation. And there's going to be a weekend where we might have to manage our own relationship with ourselves. I don't feel like I'm actually not getting a relationship with someone else, but a relationship within ourselves. So maybe we need to sort of manage that and give as much as we receive, which is really important, to find that balance within our emotional needs within ourselves. I find that very, very important. So, I feel like that's sort of enough for the weekend to sort of focus on what's, look at your potential, look at what are your priorities going on. Make sure you've got your strategies in place, you've got things, you've got your plan in place, you've got your thoughts clear, so that you can actually move ahead and know that things are going to move quite quickly once you get that sorted. There will be a chance for you maybe to sort of celebrate or sense of victory of so far. You know, there's still stuff ahead of you, but what you've achieved is really, really valuable to your journey. It's remembering to be quite nurturing of yourself, because I feel like yourself is going to be quite emotional as you learn to manage your own relationship within yourself. It's about receiving and taking care of self is really, really important. So I'm just going to use my photo oracle. Let's see what cards come out of here. Okay, so firstly we've got water, so that's very, again, I can get the sense of emotions. I think it's going to be sort of cleansing away the emotions that we have been holding on to, maybe holding on to thoughts and things that are happening in there, so there might be a cleansing of our own thoughts. Perceptions. Dusk tells us that we're moving into a sense of darkness. We might be leaving behind the day and, you know, of the light, and moving into a sense of darkness. We might have to sit in the darkness, sit in silence, and acknowledge where we are at this time. The pink is about the higher love, the higher unconditional love. It's about sitting in that moment, absorbing the pink, radiating the pink energy, and allowing ourselves to really encompass that energy, embrace that energy on many levels within ourselves. Super, super important, I think, for the weekend. Last one is about clarity, gaining clarity by removing the confusion that has been in the past. So I feel like you're moving through into a sense of clarity and that sort of stuff going off. Knowing that there's a web of life, meaning that there's a ripple effect to our actions. I think that's something that's quite important for us to acknowledge, that our actions do have consequences, even if we don't see it in the forefront. Maybe in the background there may be things that do sense of that sense of definitely affecting our lives in many areas. So here I have Vesta's art. Oops, and this one just popped out. Now, this card here, there are no words on it. So I just want you to take a moment, take a breath, and focus on that energy of that card just for a minute. I'm just going to get myself out of the card because I want you to actually see that without me being in the card. Sit and focus on that energy on that card. What does that mean to you as you walk through? You're walking through into the unknown. Maybe there's a sense of a mirror. Maybe something's reflecting back at you. For me, when I look at this, I feel like you're walking through into the unknown. You could be stepping up into the unknown. There's a sense of something reflecting back on you. Maybe you feel like you're finding your inner light, and out of all this darkness, you're sitting in the silence in who you are overall. So the last one is the playing cards. So let's have a look at that. Let's look at the playing cards. Okay. Okay, the first card we've got choices made, and it's about being emotional. So I get a sense, this is the Four of Hearts. So this is here about making choices and knowing that there might be a sense of being emotional at this time. See, this emotion stuff seems to be coming up quite strongly. I think this is going to be a weekend of really sort of letting go of all your emotions, surrendering to that moment and allowing yourself to reflect and acknowledge where you are emotionally. I think it's going to be quite a big aspect of where you're at over the weekend, if this resonates with you. with what's been going on for you. So let's have a look. Okay, card number 2. We have the Queen of Clubs, which is about being tactful, gentle, pleasing and trustworthy. So I get a sense of this is about yourself. Don't be harsh. Don't be harsh on who you are. Be quite gentle with who you are. This I get a sense of this being this 2 of Cups in a way, with giving to yourself. I feel like this is very much about being gentle, knowing that you are trustworthy in yourself. You know, trusting in yourself is really important. Excuse me. So there we are. I feel like those are 2 very important. The 4 of Hearts, the Queen of Clubs. I think it's about the choices you make, knowing you're going to be emotional, so you're going to have to be really, really gentle with yourself over the weekend. I think that's really, really important. Making sure that you're not doing too much, you're not overdoing it, you're allowing yourself to acknowledge where you are, what's been happening, what's going on in your life, what's important, what's of value, making sure you've got your plans in place for what you want, and you're ready to go. So there we are. The HeKate's Crossing Journey to the Crossroads Tarot, HeKate's Crossing Photo Oracle, the HeKate's Crossing Art Oracle, HeKate's Crossing Playing Card, Art Playing Cards. So there we are. Take care and blessed be. Take care of yourself over the weekend and be empowered. Take care.